The Thursday Night Massacre is a term that refers to December 15th, 2022 account suspension of several high-profile journalists from the Twitter platform. At least 9 journalists who were covered. This is insane. I woke up today and I did some Christmas shopping. I bought this adorable deer right here for Christmas, who's our little, his name is Bambo, the little stream mascot for now, at least for now. But while I was doing that Christmas shopping and I was waking up, I looked at my phone and I saw this grace my feed from Vice News. In 24 hours, Elon Musk banned accounts he said he never would, made up new rules to justify it, threatened legal action against a 20-year-old, and pontificated on how doxing is banned on the platform, and then immediately doxed a man. This is not the only Twitter headline from a news service that was this brutal. Gizmodo went even further, just stating Elon Musk banned several journalists from Twitter after reinstating literal Nazis. Let's just say PR at Twitter probably is staying the night. I don't know if you guys saw that there's beds that they've set up in Twitter HQ, which is against, by the way, LA's zoning laws and zoning codes. But they have beds set up. I'm pretty sure PR is spending the night. So I wanted to read the Vice article that got this all started. But right when you start reading this article, immediately it says, update. After this article published, Twitter banned half a dozen prominent journalists who had covered Musk and were critical of him on the platform. So as the story was developing about this tracker, this Elon Jet tracker, which Elon Musk promised before he took over Twitter he would never ban, even though it posts his location, or at least the location of his jet that travels, which is public info, by the way. But because it posts his information, he said, and he showed this as an example of his dedication to free speech in the lead up to him purchasing Twitter. He said he would never ban it, and he did. He then also banned the person who was running the account. Then there was questions about whether he would sue the 20-year-old that is running the account. And while this was all going on, then half a dozen journalists, including my friend who we've had on the show before, Matt Binder, get banned off of Twitter. Keith Olbermann also got banned off of Twitter, which we're going to talk about in a bit. So there's so much going on Twitter.com, and this is all going on as Tesla stock continues to dip down and tumble. Since March of this year, Elon's stock, not just Elon stock, but Tesla stock has more than halved. Elon Musk, as we've covered earlier on the channel, is no longer even the richest man on the earth, which is what he's mostly famous for now, is, being the richest man on the planet. He's not the richest man on the planet anymore. He's now the second richest man on the planet. There's so much news going around Elon and Twitter and everything going on at the same time. And as this was going on, and we're going to have to find the footage for this, he calls into a Twitter space, answers a few questions, eventually leaves the Twitter space after a tough question was thrown at him, and then Twitter spaces were disabled. I think about an hour ago, they've re-enabled Twitter spaces. A lot of people were asking about whether he disabled Twitter spaces just so he wouldn't answer a hard question in Twitter space. Dude, there's so much to this story. There's so many layers to this. It's like the reason why I was kind of hesitating covering this story is because there's just so much to it. I don't even know where to start, and it's hard to take conclusions with something which is still such a mess and still developing. And this is all going on, and I didn't do a YouTube video about this on the channel. This is all going on while also Ukrainian Twitter accounts are finding out that it's impossible for them to get verified because they didn't allow Ukrainian phone numbers to be used. I think they fixed that since then, but a lot of Ukrainian Twitter accounts were complaining. There's a lot of Ukrainian Twitter accounts that are getting banned, and so I see some Ukrainian Twitter accounts just straight up saying, like, I think it was the St. Javelin account, big aid group that does work around Ukraine. They straight up just said, I salute everybody who's followed me. If we get banned in the next 24 hours, no, it's been a hell of a ride. There's just so much chaos going on Twitter. Let's hopefully this Vice article can help us make sense of the chaos. Let's read it. On Wednesday, Twitter's chief Elon Musk banned accounts he said he never would in order to protect free speech. Made up new rules to justify it, threatened legal action against a 20-year-old, pontificating on how doxing is banned on the platform, and then immediately posted a video doxing a man and asked his 121 million followers to directly identify him. It was the most confusing and publicly volatile series of events yet in the richest man in the world's takeover of Twitter, which has been characterized by unmitigated chaos and site transformation more and more into a bullhorn for its powerful owner. It began when Twitter banned the account Elon Jet, which had 500,000 followers and tweeted automated updates about Elon Musk's personal flights using legal, publicly available aviation data. So, Elon Musk says this is doxing. This is not doxing. This is not doxing. This is not doxing. This is data that anybody on Earth can go request. The only difference is that this account automated that and posted it publicly. This is publicly available data. Reposting publicly available data is not doxing under any definition of the word, no matter how much Elon Musk says it is doxing. Doxing would be if somebody posted my private home address online. Doxing would not be if somebody said Dylan is traveling to so-and-so in his private jet, if I had one, while using public information data. Doxing would not be somebody, posting where I'm at a public event. That's not doxing. Doxing would be if they were to say, hey, here's Dylan's full social security number. That is doxing. This isn't not doxing because this is publicly available information. Anyone can request the FAA not broadcast that data, which Musk has also done. FlightChalk's site FlightAware told Motherboard. Previously, Musk has said of the Elon Jet account, my commitment to free speech, listen to this, this is so important for this story. My commitment to free speech extends even to not banning the account following my plane, even though this is a direct personal safety risk, he tweeted November 6th. Musk also said he is against censorship that goes far beyond the law. The highly targeted ban against an account clearly annoying Musk and almost nobody else caused an immediate uproar. And it was, it caused an uproar not only because it was probably a bad move to ban it, because again, he can restrict this data if he wants to. And again, this is publicly available data. It's not doxing. And so it's bad to ban somebody when they're not doxing. But it's also bad because the reason he banned this guy in particular, even though there almost certainly are other accounts doing something similar to this. Actually, there is another account doing something similar to this that got banned like a day or two later. And it was one that was using the same method to follow the jets of Russian oligarchs. And he banned that as well. And so now stuff that has like legitimate journalistic importance is getting banned by Elon Musk because he didn't like this account he specifically said he would never ban. The highly targeted ban against an account clearly annoying Musk and almost nobody else caused an immediate uproar, and it was followed by more bans. The personal account of a 20-year-old Elon Jet creator, Jack Sweeney, was banned, and so were all of his other flat tracking accounts, including those that tracked Mark Zuckerberg's and Russian oligarchs. This one was the one that really pissed me off for obvious reason. I think it is, if there was a public way for us to know how these Russian oligarchs are traveling or what they're doing, definitely during this war, when a lot of them are fleeing Russia to go vacation in their Italian villas until the war is over. I think we should know that, since many of these Russian oligarchs are going to espouse Russian nationalism and talk about how much they're going to stay by Russia, but then the first chance they get, they're fleeing the country just like all the draft dodgers, because to them, their biggest commitment is money, not Russia. Anyway, really bad that account got banned. Twitter then retroactively added a new policy that bans accounts dedicated to sharing someone's live location. So, I think it's a bad idea to be doing this anyway, to doing this ban, right? This is publicly available information. It is what it is. But he can institute the policy. It's a private company. He can do whatever. What I don't like, and this is just bad for running a company, and this just shows how much Elon Musk just shoots from the hip and is making these last second decisions, and you can see that from the chaos that is Twitter. Like the blue checkmark rollout was a complete disaster because it was so chaotic, and they rolled it out, then they unrolled it out, then they re-rolled it out. They're instituting policies kind of on the fly. Some of them which are contradicting earlier statements, like when he said, you know, we're not going to ban anybody for speech, but then Elon Musk instituted a ban on denying historical atrocities. Not that I even necessarily disagree with it, but that's contradictory to what Elon Musk said he was going to do before. Same thing with this ban as well. But all of that isn't even my main problem with this. My main problem with this isn't even just the hypocrisy. It's that he's retroactively adding it. It's quite literally somebody, hi, I'm being critical of Mark Zuckerberg, right? This would be like if Mark Zuckerberg saw a post criticizing him in some way or doing something he didn't like, but there's no rule against it, bans him, and then institutes the rule a week later, saying, oh, remember when I banned that guy? Well, I just instituted a rule so that's okay now. If you want to institute this rule, this new rule, you say, hey, everybody, we're going to institute this rule. If anybody breaks this rule past this time tonight, then you're going to get banned. Because he didn't even give Sweeney, like, the opportunity to, like, see this rule pop up on the official Twitter page and have it get implemented, or giving him, like, a day or two to stop doing this, since he's been doing this for, like, years now. He just was like, fuck you, banned. Then hours and a few days later, I'm instituting this new rule after he's already banned him. Like, if you're going to ban him and institute this rule, like, the least you can do is give him a chance to change his behavior if you're so against this. But he didn't even do that. He just banned him. He retroactively added the new policy to justify his banning of the accounts after. This is really petty, and this is clearly against everything Elon Musk has said he was going to stand for as the free speech chief twit at twitter.com. Musk then took his personal account to launch a PR offensive. He said in a tweet, any account doxing real-time location info of anyone will be suspended, as it is a physical safety violation, but that posting location someone traveled to on a slightly delayed basis will be allowed. He then went on to claim that a crazy stalker in LA had blocked a car carrying his child, X, and jumped on the hood. He posted a video of an unknown man and asked his 121 million followers if anyone recognized the car of the person driving it. In the video, the masked man is sitting in a car and appears to say, I'm not, while an unknown man fills him or plays, yep, pretty sure. The man in the car takes out his own phone and films back, asking, what's your name? The camera pans around to put his license plate in view. Anyone recognizes this person in a car must tweet it, offering no further context. It was a stunning and disturbing moment. The richest man in the world asking his millions of rabid fans to identify an individual versus, say, going to the police is reckless and possibly dangerous behavior. It also, okay, can I be for real? This part, I will say, it does feel pretty after everything that happened with John Sweeney. But, this isn't even the thing that I have the most problem with. Like, if what he said is true, which that isn't necessarily the case, Elon Musk could be lying here, but if what he says is true, and this guy was basically following him around while he was in the car with his child, then I'm not really that opposed to him doing this. I mean, it would have been better to call the police, obviously, but, like, I'm not that opposed to this. Everything else, the blatant hypocrisy, the retroactive adding of the rules after banning the accounts that are criticizing him and posting his information about his flight logs and the flight logs of Russian oligarchs, that is more understandable. I think this is the weakest of all the criticisms. It also flies in the face of his anti-doxing stance, even if it technically conforms to the new delayed locations only rule. Twitter also bans sharing video of private individuals, with the caveat that it could be newsworthy or relevant to public discourse on important topics. The video Musk shared is clearly neither, but he is the boss now and nobody is going to tell him otherwise. Musk's meltdown, which follows a public embarrassment where he was booed on stage at the Dave Chappelle show. That's another thing. We never even got, I don't think I even posted that as a video. I think I did post that recently as a video. There's so much Elon news. I can't believe this is happening only like 3 or 4 days after he got booed at the Dave Chappelle show, man. It feels like Elon Musk is everywhere. Had other troubling moments. He publicly threatened legal action against Elon Jet creator Sweeney and organizations who supported harm to my family. Again, Sweeney was doing nothing more than sharing legally protected public information. The issue was that it bothered Musk. Again, let me just be clear. This lawsuit would not have succeeded. If he was to go through with this lawsuit against John Sweeney for going through his flight logs, for going through this, what is publicly available information, it would not have succeeded. It would have been a slap lawsuit at best. It would have been a slap lawsuit. Musk is free to moderate his new platform as he wishes. The entire premise of Twitter's previous approach, which for all of its failings, typically followed a corporate bureaucratic process with many people giving input, as Musk's own Twitter files have shown. Now it's clear that Musk is running Twitter as his personal fiefdom, playing Calvin ball with the rules, and his commitments to free speech and moderating within the law have gone out the window. I do think the last one on the guy following him, if that is true that they were following them, that's the weakest criticism. I think everything else is pretty more solid criticism. Now, as this was going down, a separate thing went down, which the update here covers, which is that Elon Musk has now purged several journalists who, like, for example, Matt Binder, friend of the show, love him, free my boy Matt, okay, free him. They got banned. This isn't only Matt Binder, though, in the alt media, if you want to call us all that. Oh my God, I hate that term. But also Keith Olbermann, which, again, we're going to get to in a second. He got banned as well. Twitter suspended a number of journalists who covered and criticized owner Elon Musk, who once claimed to be a champion of free speech. On Thursday night, Twitter banned a number of prominent... By the way, that was all Wednesday night. Now we're on Thursday night. On Thursday night, Twitter banned a number of prominent journalists who had reported on Elon Musk, in some cases criticizing him. Some of the banned journalists, Mashable's Matt Binder, love him, CNN's Donnie O'Sullivan, had shared an update from the LAPD on Musk's recent claim that a man had attacked a car carrying his child, saying that no crime report had been filed. Others, as captured in a Twitter thread by NBC's Ben Collins, merely tweeted about Musk's ban of competitor social media platform Mastodon's Twitter account, which also happened Thursday. Now, this is the interesting one. This, like, all of this is super interesting, but Mastodon is a competitor to Twitter. Now, competing social media platforms have Twitter accounts, like Facebook. Like this is common. Like Twitter also has a Facebook account. Why was Mastodon, which is a competitor to Twitter, banned? When you ban your competitors on your platform, it just comes off as spiteful, and it just looks, it's impossible to like present that, and it end up looking good for Elon. And it looked like there's no way for him to present that to make it look like he's not doing it because he's their competitor. There's no way. And there might be a legitimate reason that I don't know yet and has yet to be presented, but right now, the Mastodon stuff, it just looks petty. New York Times reporter Ryan Mack was also banned. Loving the free speech, Washington Post reporter Drew Harfield's final tweet said. Keith Olbermann last tweet before being banned, as captured by Collins, was a tweet encouraging others to share the material that had gotten other journalists banned. Tonight's suspension of the Twitter accounts of a number of prominent journalists, including the New York Times' Ryan Mack, is questionable and unfortunate, a spokesperson for the New York Times told Motherboard. Neither the Times nor Ryan have received any explanation about why this occurred. We hope that all the journalists' accounts are reinstated and that Twitter provides a satisfying explanation for this action. Motherboard reached out to Mashable, the Washington Post, and CNN will update this post when we hear from them. By the way, I heard Ben Collins might actually be suspended. Is that true? Is that true that Ben Collins was suspended? Not from Twitter, but from his job because of his criticisms of Elon Musk. Yes, that is true. I'm not delusional, and I thought, okay, thought so. Yeah, NBC suspended him. They said that his tweets about Elon Musk were not like becoming of a journalist. And I was confused by that. Because I looked at the tweet. Let's see if I can pull it up quickly. If I can get up Dylan Burns TV chat. I saw somebody linked it in Dylan Burns TV chat. I looked at it, and it was really just a mild tweet. It wasn't anything that was really that controversial. Here it is right here. Let's see if we can bring this up on screen so you guys can see what somebody might lose their job over. Look at this. NBC News suspends reporter Ben Collins for criticizing Elon Musk. What a wild title from the Daily Beast. NBC News has suspended reporter Ben Collins from appearing on NBC and MSNBC following his critical tweets about Elon Musk, including one in which he mocked the Twitter CEO for only discovering who his company's deputy general counsel was 6 weeks after he purchased it. A source familiar with the decision told the Daily Beast the decision was made to remove him from the air earlier this month. Collins, a former Daily Beast editor and reporter who made news last month when he called fellow journalists to have a come to Jesus moment following the mass shooting in Club Q in Colorado, has been among those at the forefront of reporting on Musk's moves to permanently suspend the Twitter accounts of media figures who have criticized him on the platform, including CNN's Donnie O'Sullivan, yada yada, and everything we're just talking about right now. Aaron Rupar also was banned. The NBC is going to have to come up with a really, really good reason to ban him over mocking Elon Musk for not knowing who his company deputy general was. Because this is ridiculous. Keith Olbermann, by the way, responded to the ban in a very Keith Olbermann way. Keith Olbermann has basically declared guerrilla warfare against Twitter. I don't know if you see this tweet. This is tweeted from Keith Olbermann's dog account. He has an account for his dogs, and since he was banned, he's now just started tweeting from that in like a guerrilla, like Viet Cong style warfare against Twitter.com. Doubt you've heard, but Musk banned me permanently from Twitter for not doing something he said wasn't against the rules. It was the baptism scene from The Godfather in Elon Musk alone. Listen to Friday's post-suspension countdown here and please retweet. Let's listen to Keith Olbermann rant for a bit.
Hey, I don't know if this got any publicity anywhere, but apparently I've been permanently banned from Twitter by Elon Musk for not doing something he claimed he would never ban anybody for doing. What a friggin' candy-ass, lying, hypocritical, self-contradicting little paranoid snowflake that apartheid Clyde really is.
Apartheid Clyde.
I was hardly the most important journalist or commentator who got it. Aaron Rupar, Donnie O'Sullivan, Ryan Mack. It's the baptism scene from the Godfather movie, and we all got whacked by Don Elon Musk Leone. For a moment last night, I thought, he did this just so we'd all forget about Donald Trump's stupid baseball cards from yesterday. Let me talk about that, too. Plus Thurber's The Catbird Seat and much more on the Friday Countdown podcast, now available wherever you get your freaking podcasts, except Twitter, because you know.
Okay. Keith Olbermann, being Keith Olbermann, he's fighting a guerrilla war against Twitter.com now. Mastodon's account was banned after sharing a link to the Mastodon profile for Elon Jet. Oh, really? Was that it? I must have missed that before. That was why? Because Mastodon was like, hey, so this guy is banned on Twitter now. Well, you can go find his stuff over here instead. That's what got Mastodon banned? That is ridiculous. That is asinine. They retroactively make a rule to ban this guy, and then they're banning other people for just sharing a link to where you can find his stuff on other platforms. This is ridiculous. But good for Sweeney, though, on one thing. This is probably going to be the most he's covered in the news for a very, very long time, unless he does some crazy stuff in the future. The thing is, when social media companies do stuff like this, it can have a negative effect on you long term, but a lot of times it ends up backfiring and just bringing more attention to it. Unironically, more people now know about the Elon Musk Elon Jet flight tracker than ever before. And more people know about the fact that you can go legally access this information than ever before. Because, again, it's publicly available and not doxing. A bot by the 20-year-old programmer Jack Sweeney that automatically tweets the location of Musk's plane based on publicly available data. Twitter banned Elon Jet and Sweeney's personal account in a Wednesday night in a chaotic spectacle. I saw that Twitter actually gave a name to all of this that's going on. Did you see not Twitter, Wikipedia gave a name to this. Did you guys see what Wikipedia is calling this? They called it the Thursday Night Massacre. The Thursday Night Massacre. How long until we see Elon Musk buy up Facebook and Mastodon just so they can ban Sweeney on every single platform, purge him from the public space? Oh, somebody just posted it. Yeah, here it is. I'm not joking. Here it is. Here it is right here. Real in the flesh. The Thursday Night Massacre. What a name. It makes it sound like Elon Musk went back to South Africa and just started burning villages to the ground. The Thursday Night Massacre is a term that refers to the December 15th, 2022 account suspension of several high-profile journalists from the Twitter platform. At least 9 journalists who were covered. This is insane. This is hilarious. The Thursday Night Massacre. And Matt Bender's in here. My boy was massacred. My boy was... Dude, in the future, when people are going to be like, when we talk about Elon Musk, we can say, God, I was there for the Thursday night massacre. I lost my good buddy, Matt Binder. Oh, God, man. What a good journalist. Purge like that. We can really lean into it, too, with the name Thursday Night Massacre, man. It makes it sound like the fucking Night of the Long Knives, you know? It makes it sound like, oh my goodness, man. My goodness. Anyway, there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys. Does anybody have the video? This is what I want to end this segment on. Does anyone have the... I still can't get over the title of the Gizmodo article. Elon Musk banned several journalists from Twitter after reinstating literal Nazis. This is in reference to the former owner of Stormfront, who has been reinstated. As well as a bunch of other super offensive people like Dick Masterson and a bunch of other people. Not that Dick Masterson is like the former owner, is like the current owner of Stormfront, but like a bunch of other offensive people. But apparently, jet trafficking, that's too far. Does anybody have the Twitter space that got shut down because after they asked Elon Musk some hard questions, because they shut down all Twitter spaces for like 24 hours? Does anybody have that video? Oh my gosh. Yes, we do. We do have that video. We also have the polls. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is another... Dude, there's so many aspects of the story. I don't know if you guys saw this part of the story, but Elon Musk, you know, responded to this by doing a poll. Not only this poll, though. There was a other poll where he asked the same question, and the winner of it was... and the question was, like, unsuspend accounts who doxed my exact location in real time. So, not exactly the most honest portrayal of the question at hand around Jack Sweeney. But the other poll, it was, like, done in an hour, now won, but there was, like, 5 options. So Elon Musk said, oh, never mind, let's redo the poll again. He did it again and gave it 24 hours. And now won again. So hopefully Elon Musk can't dodge the results of the second poll, since he's like leaving this up to the people. But you can even see it from Vosh and everybody else in the replies. People bringing up the fact that, like, dog, why do we have to do a second poll? Now already won the first poll. It kind of feels like you're just redoing this poll because the option that won is not the option you wanted. That's what it really feels like. Anyway. Somebody posted the video. Here, where is it? Where is the video? I think this is it. My God, there's so many elements to this. Oh yeah, here's the video where he does the car thing. But I'm looking for the video of him in the Twitter space. Does anybody have the video of him in the Twitter space? That's the video I'm interested in. Here it is. From TechCrunch. Twitter pulls its Spaces group audio feature after Musk run-in with banned journalists. Twitter has apparently pulled its Spaces group audio feature, at least temporarily. It was reinstated about an hour ago, after Elon Musk joined a group conversation that included journalists that have been banned from the platform. The latest drama comes after Twitter suspended several prominent journalists who had covered an earlier story about the Elon Jet Twitter account that was banned for using publicly available data to track Elon's private jet. As it turns out, Twitter swimmingly has a quirk that allows banned users to still participate in Twitter Spaces and converse with other members, and some of those who had been banned did just that. BuzzFeed reporter Katie Noctopoulos started a group chat yesterday evening. It was joined by a number of journalists whose accounts had been suspended from Twitter, including Washington Post's Drew Harnell and Mashable's Matt Binder, as well as Jack Sweeney, the creator of Elon Jet. Here is the call that he rage quits. We're just gonna watch it. This is a good way to end the stream. Not end the stream, but end the segment.
Suspend not just his account, but journalists reporting on it.
I just real quick, Elon, thank you.
Gotta say, it's pretty funny that these people like Elon Musk joins this voice call only to see the people that he supposedly just purged rise from the ashes as ghosts to confront him, as like the ghost of Christmas past during this Twitter space.
For joining. I am hoping that you can give a little more context about what has happened in the last few hours with a handful of journalists being banned.
Yeah. Well, as I'm sure everyone who's been doxxed and would agree, showing real-time information about somebody's location is inappropriate, and I think everyone on this call would not like that to be done to them. And there is not going to be any distinction in the future between journalists, so-called journalists, and regular people. Everyone's going to be treated the same. You're not special because you're a journalist. You're a Twitter. You're a citizen. So no special treatment. You dox, you get suspended. End of story. So and ban evasion, or trying to be clever about it, like, oh, I posted a link to the real-time information, is obviously that is obviously simply trying to evade the meaning. That is.
The thing is, again, he instituted this rule retroactively. He started capping people for a rule that wasn't in place yet, then he added it. That's really messed up. But the thing is, it isn't ban evasion to say, hey, look, this guy's banned from Twitter. If you want to get the Elon Jet updates now, you got to go to Mastodon. That's not ban evasion. Ban evasion would be if the Elon Jet person made another Twitter account or used some alt to make posts. It isn't ban evasion to direct people to an off-site location to get the information you now are not allowed to consume on Twitter.com. The non-Twitter approved information.
There's no different than actually showing real-time information.
So when you're saying posting a link to it, I mean, some of the people like Drew and Ryan Mack from the New York Times who were banned were they were reporting on it in the course of sort of pretty normal journalistic endeavors. You consider that like a tricky attempt at ban evasion?
You show the link to the real-time information, ban evasion, obviously.
Drew, I don't think you were posting the real-time information, right?
I mean, you're suggesting that we're sharing your address, which is not true. And you're suggesting that we're posting. We never. I never posted your address.
You posted a link to the address.
We posted a link. In the course of reporting about Elon Jet, we posted links to Elon Jet, which are now not online and now banned on.
Fun fact, links to Mastodon now come, which again is a Twitter competitor, so I don't know why Elon didn't even think about the optics behind this, but the links to Mastodon are now marked on Twitter. If a link is posted to Mastodon on Twitter, it's now marked as like a dangerous link. Like Twitter will give you a warning if you post a Mastodon link now. Again, like God, man, Elon is just like a walking, talking PR disaster, man. I don't even know how he got this far.
On Twitter, and Twitter also, of course, marks even the Instagram and Mastodon accounts of Elon Jet as harmful. Using, we have to acknowledge, using the same exact link blocking technique that you have criticized as part of the Hunter Biden New York Post story in 2020. So what is different here and there?
No more acceptable for me. It's no more acceptable for me, for you, than it is for me. It's the same thing. So anyway.
So it's unacceptable what you're doing?
No, what you dox, you get suspended. End of story. That's it.
Elon, I have to ask.
That didn't really confront what he asked about how this is comparable to the Hunter Biden, laptop storage suppression that he has been so critical of.
I mean, I think what everyone's wondering is it's highly unusual for journalists at the Washington Post and the New York Times.
You see Tim Pool's little beanie popping out there? You see him down there next to the Hodge twins? Look at him. His little beanie's popping out. I'm sorry, I just saw Tim.
To have their Twitter accounts suspended. And it just so happens that it's, the boss in charge, so, what's the deal there? Oh, I think Elon has left. I guess
that's unfortunate because
the answer.
Yeah, I mean,
guess what the difference is there.
Man, I had so many. I was raring to go, guys.
I know, I was too.
I was going to order a Cybertruck.
I just want to say, sorry, I don't want to browbeat him. And this.
So shortly after this, the Twitter space was shut down. And all Twitter spaces on the platform were shut down. So like all of them were shut down. After being pressed by journalists over some of his inconsistencies, Musk abruptly left the conversation, and shortly after, entire Space's feature itself started playing up. At the time of writing, it's not possible to start a new space conversation or join an existing one, certainly based on the various tests TechCrunch has done internally. In response to one Twitter user wondering what was going on with Spaces, Musk replied that it was fixing a legacy bug and that it should be working again tomorrow. It is working. It is now tomorrow. It is working again. Whether Spaces returns tomorrow or not, Twitter's recent grand proclamations about round Twitter 2.0 and its continued commitment to the public conversation could not seem any less sincere when juxtaposed with the events of the past 24 hours. And I can't disagree. I said, and I continue to say, that Elon Musk's dedication to free speech, and I don't remember if you guys remember me saying this when he first got the company, that eventually Elon Musk was going to crack. Eventually, this dedication to freedom of speech would find its limit. Now, when we saw the starts of that with Kanye, and Kanye getting banned over posting a swastika and a Star of David, and I said at the time that this didn't seem to touch any of the terms of service. Elon said it was a violent threat. It wasn't a violent threat. You could say it was hateful, but it wasn't a violent threat. That I pointed at that and said, hey, that seems to be a compromise on what Elon said about the public forum and offensive speech still being allowed. Then we saw the institution of this rule. Actually, I think it was slightly before this, but then we saw the institution of this rule about historical tragedies, that you cannot deny historical tragedies. And while I might even agree with that rule is still breaking with the original intent of why Twitter took over the company. And now Elon is banning the specific accounts that he pledged before taking over Twitter to never ban. Even if he felt uncomfortable with this or wrong about this, why did he say he was never gonna ban it? If just a few months after saying he would never ban it because of his deep dedication to freedom of speech, he was going to ban the account. Not only ban the account, but also ban the other accounts associated with it, like the ones tracking Russian oligarchs and the founder of the account, and anybody linking to that account or linking to the information attached to that account, including Twitter's competitor Mastodon, retroactively. Because they instituted the rule retroactively, added the rule afterwards. And then when pressured by journalists, he seems to remove himself from the conversation, shut down Twitter Spaces because he sees that people who are banned can still participate in them, and now it's up again. Twitter is on fire. Elon Musk's hypocrisy could never be more clear, and it is cutting staff left and right. Its policies are rolling out with confusion, instead of the glitz and glamour that you would want at one of these big these big tech companies that has so much influence and such a large user base. And it's starting to make me think that this might be Elon's midlife crisis, man. This might unironically be his midlife crisis.